All right, welcome back, everybody, to episode number 31 of the Nobody Entertainment Podcast. My name is Nobody James, and I'm glad to have with me yet again Nobody John and Nobody Kayla. We're going to start this week with Kayla. Kayla, how's life been treating you? You look so
Uh,
surprised. I wasn't
yeah,
prepared. I didn't know
I
this was coming.
wasn't. Like when you're in like middle school and they do popcorn to read, and you're like, oh crap.
What the hell is popcorn to read?
Well, you go popcorn, and then you pick the next person to read the next paragraph. Did you never
Yeah,
do
you,
that?
I
yeah, you pick the
completely
person
forgot.
that is like not paying
Popcorn.
attention, or they have a speech
Yeah,
impediment. You're like, I want to
yeah.
hear them talk.
Like they can't read.
John, that's awful. But I forgot until this exact moment that that was a thing. I didn't do a lot
Yeah.
of paying attention in school, and also when it was my turn to read, I read at like 300 miles per hour, so the teacher would never ask me to read again.
I would read paragraphs in advance to make sure I knew how to pronounce things in case I got called.
Sounds like
It's
Kayla
like,
was traumatized.
yeah, somebody like put her in a corner and said, "Read the whole book out loud," and that's just how life was.
Well, that's what
It,
you do.
well,
You like analyze. You're like 3 or 4 pages ahead. You're like, there's the longest paragraph, and I'm gonna pick Susie fucking Q because fuck
okay.
her.
So I had a 12th grade reading level in 4th grade, and I absolutely could not stand other kids reading out loud. It was so annoying.
Yeah, I don't remember ever really getting my reading level measured. I was a great reader when I was a kid, but I don't read now as an adult. I hate it. I used to during like the school year, I would read like 100 or so books,
Yep.
and then over the summer I wouldn't read at all, and then the laziness in me took over. And to this day, the only time I ever read is maybe when I'm pooping.
I read on average about 65 a year. So I'm trying. I did 85 last year, but some of them
What
didn't count.
what do you read? What's your go-to? Like, are you like fiction, nonfiction, like biographies? Okay,
Fiction, yeah.
romance or like
Sometimes a little spice.
little sci-fi, a little.
Little Fabio.
No, but I was going to talk about this later. Like cozy fantasy is like my favorite genre.
Cozy fantasy.
Mm-hmm.
What the hell is a cozy? Give me one example of a cozy fantasy.
Like Practical Magic would be a cozy fantasy.
Is that a movie with Sandra Bullock?
Yes, but it was also a book. So it's
Oh.
like an easy fantasy to read without like people dying and there's not like sex scenes in it. So it's just
All right.
cozy.
So
Anyway.
boring. All right. Well,
Anyways, I'm doing great. How are you?
we're living the dream. All right, John, how are you doing these days?
I'm live, breathing. So
I like how
we're
you
good.
always have to prepare yourself. It's like, John, how are you? You're like,
Yeah.
Well, I just like I want to be
Living the
honest, but then I'm just
dream.
like nobody wants that. Nobody wants the honesty. So
yeah, I do. You're always
I'm doing
last
Yeah.
week.
just
Yeah.
fine.
Last week I made the mistake of like transitioning because you were like, well, I was gonna say good, but then my job, I'm okay, and then I just moved right along. What's the problem with your job? You kind of
Oh.
live the dream, right? You talk to people on the phone, you work with friends. I don't know what to
That's
say.
a problem.
But you
It's
fix
it's
problems
people.
for
I
a
don't
living
care. Yeah,
and
yeah,
you love fixing problems.
yeah. But I don't like people. People are the problem. Want me to
That's
fix
true.
them?
I genuinely I like how like I'm gonna still say it. I like how serious I got for a second. Like I genuinely hate people. That's my catchphrase. My kids know it too. They're like, Dad, you hate people. Like we'll be driving and I'll just like I've got to mute it a second, but I'm like, get out of the way. Like I freak out while we're driving down the road, and then they're like, Dad, you hate people. Like I really, really do. It's just it's the sickness in me.
Is that what it is?
Well, I was like, yeah, I don't know, walking around. I hate to keep going back. It's like in my life, I revolve around Walmart. But I was back in Walmart today, and I was
God.
walking. I was just walking down an aisle, and a lady like came around a corner and almost ran into me. And I said, "Excuse me, ma'am." And then she's like, "Oh, geez," like I attacked her.
I
I'm
was
so
his,
confused.
I mean, you got Native Americans popping around from every aisle, just like blah blah. She got
That's
scared and then disgusted.
that's definitely what it was. She saw my Native American skin.
That's
Yeah.
right. She said, "Get your native ginger beard out of here."
Yeah, for the record, for the 4 listeners that we had last week, I am a quarter Native American. So apparently my
That's
tribal
rounded up.
ways. It's probably because I jump around corners with a tribal chant. I don't know.
That's it.
Maybe
That's
that's
it.
what did it. But I had a nothing too exciting. I had a bit of an eventful weekend. We did, Father's Day weekend. I went over to uh, Wyalusing State Park here in Wisconsin and did a little camp out. Did some hiking, a little basking in the sun, a little drinking, a little sleeping. I actually slept way better than I would have expected, but sleeping on that hard campground, it was pretty exciting. So
Drinking will do that.
yeah, I guess that's true. You tack a buzz on, you could probably fall asleep anywhere, right? Anything exciting on your all's end?
I mean, I didn't go camping by any measure. I mowed my lawn. So,
Oh
In like
wow.
95-degree weather.
oh, it was. I was like, woo. No, I got it done before it even touched 90. I got up, pounding some coffee, then like mid
4:45.
mow, I was like, I need some water. It was about, yeah. I mean, like it was done at 10:45. It was 89 degrees, and I was glad that I finished mowing. So,
I was gonna ask, do you adhere to the quiet hours, or are you out there mowing at 7:30 in the morning?
generally I wouldn't mow at 7:30 in the morning just because there's a lot of moisture on the grass, and so I ain't working out. But quiet hours, I have an electric mower, so it's not. It's, I mean, there's no.
John's like, I use a pair of scissors. I'm out there trimming it on my hands and knees.
I don't actually know if our municipality has quiet rule. I mean, I know 11
I
o'clock,
think we do.
like 11 p.m. to 8 a.m. maybe. So yeah, it's 11 p.m.
Oh, yeah, okay. I thought I wasn't listening to the AM part. I just heard 11, so I'm sitting here like, that's awfully late. That's Missouri time right there. No one's waking up. No, I try to adhere as much as I can. Um, I don't know. I'll mow it around 8:30. Like that's usually where I like to do it myself. Anything before that obviously is going to disrupt something, and I don't want to be that neighbor. My my neighbors directly next door, they have a group of kids that go out there and do summer bonfires, and they're out there listening to music and being incredibly loud all night. And I don't want to be that old people screaming out the windows for the kids to shut up, but I'm this close
Mm.
to being that person to step out there and just say, hey, seriously, I'm going to burn your house down.
Because you hate people.
Because I hate people and their loud
Mm.
ways. I'm getting old. I'm getting old and
Wait,
You're
how
curmudgeon.
old?
crotchety.
Did they invite?
Yeah.
Did they invite you over?
Well, I don't want to hang out with a bunch of teenagers,
They're
but
gonna get you
I
some
guess
beer?
I have to get them beer.
No. They get you the beer.
Yeah, that's definitely what I'm looking for. Is a bunch of teens giving me their Keystones and their Milwaukee's Best or
Natty
what is it?
Lights.
Natty Lights. Yeah.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Like, hey, we got a 30-pack of Natties. You got
Here's
a
some
$1.50
Mickeys.
on you. We're gonna split it 6 ways. Like, pass, bud. Definitely pass.
Tell them to just keep that shit down.
That's what I'm saying. I go out there with a couple water balloons or something like that. Just start
Oh no,
launching.
man. Don't you have do you have a sprinkler system?
I mean, I can set it up. It's not built in, so I could just put it over there. I just walk out there with the hose, and I'm like, "Hey guys," and I just hook it up. Don't even say anything else, and then just turn it on.
Yep, full blast.
And then
I
I
mean,
just sit there with my natty light, laughing away.
You might even have to go call a plumber, get some more pressure. I need this line to have more. How much more?
Yeah.
A lot more.
Just figure it out. I got a lot of loud kids over here. We need to turn it up a bit.
Mm-hmm.
I guess that's the way to do it. Now, Kayla, I noticed that you're writing a journal.
I'm sketching your logo.
Oh, hey, that's even
You're
better.
not taking notes then, like. Okay.
No, but I would like to tell you. I made that just initial logo idea, which I only spent like 3 hours on it, so it's not a big deal. But I'll tell you, the Nobody entertainment without the space drove me crazy.
That's mine. Yeah, that's my OG setup. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I understand it. I told her, for the record, you spent 3 hours on your logo. I easily spent that, if not more, on mine.
No.
And it was simple rectangles, squares, and
Beautiful.
letters.
Well, I'm trying to stick with the rectangle. See, I'm coming up with
Oh
ideas.
yeah,
here.
I see that. I see it there. That was good. It's got
This
like
is
the
going to be the
ancient,
next one.
yeah, the Mayan.
NE.
I see the E for sure. And then it's our grade upside down. If you look at the blank spaces, it's the F. I appreciated your efforts, and I showed them off. I like it. I do agree. Wasn't quite.
Got it.
It wasn't quite there, but I did like it. I liked it a lot. And I also spent some time setting it up. I got it set up on streaming, like the Apple podcasts, so we actually could just listen to ourselves and not have to actually watch it. So that was kind of cool. And John got to upload it and participate and tell us that he was bored while recording.
Mm-hmm.
True story.
He's got
bored
the
right
easy
now.
job. Yeah, he's got the easy job. But
as for your question of what we're up to, this is the season where I'm working on the Toad. That's all I'm gonna say every week, every single week. What are you doing, the Toad?
How'd that Third Thursday Toad thing? Did you end up helping?
We ended up not doing Third Thursday.
Why not?
I don't remember.
Did you get a refund for your booth fees or whatever they got going on there?
They never charge us fees.
For the record, the Third Thursday is a little event in your hometown.
Yes.
That brings out local businesses, right?
I think usually it's about 2,000 people will walk Main Street, and then there's a university in our town, and when they sponsor it, there's about 6,000 people that will be on Main Street.
And is it it's businesses, right? Like a bunch of local.
It's like food trucks, businesses. They usually have like 2 or 3 bands, like on opposite ends, and then there's art in all the restaurants that you can walk into. A lot of food trucks lately. They used to have games, but I think that kind of stopped with COVID.
Have you ever thought about doing the street art thing where you just set up the canvas and then you doodle and scratch and rub or whatever? I don't know.
Oh
what do
my
people
gosh,
do
Kayla, yes. You need to do those characters.
Mm-hmm.
Caricatures.
Yeah.
And you need to have John out there narrating.
Hold on. Yeah. But then you just put a dick on their face.
That's their gimmick.
Boom. Yeah, that's the whole spiel.
Hold on, hold on. Like Tony's there and he's just hanging brain and dragging it across the painting, or she's painting the dick on their face.
She's just painting a penis on their face.
Is this for me or is me as the Toad?
No, just you messing with people.
I'm not sure it would draw business in person.
It's not. Yeah, don't associate yourself with any business.
It would be no, but I was just thinking it'd be funny if we had it sponsored by the Toad, and then you sit down and you think you're getting your portrait drawn, and they turn around and it's just a Toad.
Yeah, now that would be cool too.
Every single time.
It's that's fugly really Toad with a little top hat thing going on.
Yeah.
I did think you were gonna say, and then you turn around and it's just a dick.
No,
it's not even
for the Toad.
It's not even it's like a dick wearing their shirt, or something like that.
I was thinking the Toad wearing their shirt, but yeah, same thing.
You
Toad
can
or chode.
There you go, the chode.
Just not a frog.
Your
yes, that'd be the X-rated version of the magazine, the chode, the Joplin chode.
No.
The Joplin chode. That's the after hours version.
No, I was just gonna
have.
say
It's gonna have more of those fold outs too.
the XL version of the chode. Well, that's fantastic. Well, since John mowed his yard,
I mean, what do you want from me?
That's all right. That's exciting. It's like, John, how's your week been? Well, I mowed my yard. All right.
Yep.
So with that in mind, we're going to transition into what's been entertaining us. I only have a couple of things. So I know, Kayla, you listed yours, but John, you didn't throw us any bones.
That's
so
I'm gonna did it today, and I've been at work.
Yeah, I was at work too.
You weren't at work all day. You did have an after work time.
Then I went to the gym.
Anyway, John,
he was working.
What's been entertaining you?
So I've been rewatching all the Star Wars movies. So there's that. There's that.
We'll go on.
So you say you've been rewatching all of the Star Wars movies. Are we talking the 9? Or are we talking Solo?
I ain't watching Solo. The best part of that is when they're on that planet where he finds Chewie. That's it.
I don't remember
and I guess at the
it.
end where they meet up with the Crimson Dawn and Darth Maul's there, and I'm just like,
spoiler! No, I'm just kidding. No one cares.
Molly boy. Rogue One is a beautiful movie, so that's good. No, other than that, I have dabbled a little bit in the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles: Revenge of Shredder. And I've been playing arcade on the middle tier, and it is a lot harder than what I thought. Yeah.
So I've also been playing Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles: Shredder's Revenge.
That's what I said.
Okay. I mean, you said Revenge of Shredder. It's tit for tat, but
okay.
It's different. So I've been playing through not the arcade mode, the story mode. What's the arcade mode entail? Is that like a beat 'em up like wave of enemies, or what's the story there?
No, as far as I can tell, I mean, I haven't played the story, but it seems like it's the same thing as the story. I don't know the differences. Maybe somebody could look it up for me. Beats the heck out of me. I just don't like ever going down, and so I have a real. There's no save progression either. It's you just gotta go. So I like to restart. What?
I just don't like ever going down.
I mean, if
Yeah,
the
we
occasion
know.
calls
We know.
for it.
Tony does. Um, so hold on just a second. I'll tell you the story mode starts out with a very bare bones nothing story where mild spoilers, but Krang's robot. I don't know what his name is. I'm sorry, I'm terrible. But you know who Krang is, the little brain character.
Yeah.
His robot is being built, and you run it. You do a little mission where you run through the streets and you beat up foot soldiers of various colors and weapons, and then they are, like I said, in each level essentially assembling the robot to
Yeah,
carry
the first
Krang.
level that I played was at the TV station, and they got the head at the end of it.
Right.
But I beat up Bebop.
Yep, and that's so it's the same thing. I just don't guess I understand.
I don't know. I don't know the compare and contrast, but that's just the way it is. I just remember like playing Turtles in Time, and I used to be able to throw like the foot soldiers at the screen. I mean,
You can still do that in this
Yeah,
game.
I know, but it was a lot harder. So I think I need to remap the buttons because Y was always my throw.
No, this one you walk into him and then you push down and then the attack button and he'll throw it. It's actually it's pretty simple. Once you do it the first time, you get the hang of it. I had the same problem until I did the tutorial. I went back and did it.
Oh yeah, I skipped past that. It's like
Yeah,
51 moves. I was like, nope. Let's get in here and kick some ass.
It is a lot. With that in mind, little Miss McSyerson, we're gonna stick with Ninja Turtles for a second because I just want to.
Hey,
I know, let's
Kayla,
get to it.
I did buy a little
Hold on.
USB-C dock, so I can
Hold on, Kayla. How are you on the beat 'em ups? Are you not a big arcade beat 'em up style, old school Aladdin, Alien versus Predator, Battletoads? Yeah, the SNES Aladdin.
Gross.
I don't have a problem with them.
Have you Double Dragon? What's your reference point for a side-scrolling beat 'em up?
I get new ones or old ones?
Just in general. Did you like? I mean, like I said, you.
Like when I was a
the
kid,
Simpsons arcade game.
Like when I was a kid, I'd play like Castlevania. Is that what you're talking about?
It's.
Are you talking about like Tekken?
No, that's a fighter. I'm talking. That's what I'm trying to find out. I'm trying to find out. Or Turtles in Time.
It's a side.
I don't think I played any
RPG,
of those.
as far as I can tell. But no, well, you don't really progress your character.
Well, I go to like
RPG.
Our local barcade and play those.
Yeah. Well, I was just trying to figure out what your reference point was. I will say, while we're still, again, briefly on this topic of the Ninja Turtles, because that's one of the things, that's really the only game that I've had the opportunity to play. It just released last Friday, which would have been, the 17th or so? And it released on PlayStation, everything. Steam. You're playing it on Steam, right, John?
Oh, yeah, playing it on the deck.
Oh, that's the perfect place for it, I think. And
yeah,
I've been playing it on Game Pass because I had just canceled my Game Pass like a month ago, and then I was like, okay, I could buy this game for $25, or I could get Game Pass again for $15, play through it. So I've just beat level 10 of Shredders Revenge, and I will say, like I said, as I stand right now, I'm going to go out and say that I think I'm gaga for this game.
Wow. Okay.
I know you're fairly early on, John, but I don't know how how are you feeling at this point?
I think it's good. I just disappointed in my own capabilities or skills or lack thereof. I mean, I bought it for $22, and I bought a $40 adapter so I could put it up on my TV from my Steam Deck, so that Madison and I, or whoever comes over, grab some sticks, start playing, because it looked like you can have 8 players in arcade mode. So I don't know if that's
6.
I didn't count. I was like, there's a lot more than 4 slots. So
pretty sure it's 6, and there's 6 starting characters. So the way this game, I'm going to break it down. Go ahead, John.
So hold on. Would it be sexist to say that Kayla would have to play O'Neil?
If we were playing together, I think it's only fair that she plays Splinter.
No, she can't be the old rat. She either is the hockey stick guy or the redheaded reporter.
I had that yellow shirt on at
Oh
the
yeah.
Comic-Con, and someone
Mhm.
thought I was April O'Neil just
There
because I
you
had the yellow
go.
on.
Boom.
It
That's
was
fair.
really nice.
Who's your starting character, John?
Raphael.
Yeah. See, I made a mistake on
Yeah.
that front. I started with Michelangelo. He's my least favorite character. And the reason I started with him is because I thought it would be a shorter game and I thought you would level up quicker. So I thought, well, I'll beat this in like 2 hours and then I will transition to one of my other characters and like work through upgrading them because like one of the trophies, achievements, whatever, is to beat the game and upgrade them all
Wait, so
entirely.
you get to do upgrades in story mode?
It's automatic upgrades. So if
Yeah, you
you
don't get that in arcade.
okay, so as you fight, you go up like you get extra health, you get more powerful hits, things like that.
Okay. Yeah, so like the arcade mode is more like, the traditional SNES versions and stuff like that, where you just go through, you need health, you find a pizza hidden behind a door or something like that. There's no,
This
uh,
happens in this as well. Yeah.
yeah.
It's
I
kind of
would say that I feel frustrated when I've got a pretty good ramp up and then you take a hit and you lose all your chi or
I'm
whatever it is.
I'm the same way. Yeah, your hit streak.
Yeah, like outside of the screen, they was throwing the yellow guys throw the ninja stars, and you're just like,
Mhm.
"Fuck!"
Yeah.
Rage quit.
I definitely understand that. I can tell just by the weird faces that Kayla's making that she's super into this. So
yawning.
as I stand,
Wine and Turtles. You want to play Wine and Turtles, Kayla?
No. Mm-mm.
I got a
the,
bottle in the fridge.
the last thing I'll say about it is, like I said, I've already said it, but as of right now, level 10, we got a long, like it's about 16 levels, I think, so I'm not too far off from beating it. I could probably knock it out in about another hour, maybe two, at the most. But I want to play through it some more. But it keeps me coming back. So as I stand, I'm gaga for the game. The only thing I want to play is Shredder's Revenge right now. So that's where I stand, John. It sounded like you said you were on the good train.
Yeah, I'm the good train. Maybe I need to switch over to the story mode, get some of those aspects, like the RPG aspects that I'm not getting from the arcade mode. But that's my mistake. So
Well, we
and I need to
shared.
get good. So
That's true. You do need to get good. I'd like to think that I'm decent at it, but I don't know. I since we shared that one because that was on both of our lists, we'll kick it over to Kayla for what's been entertaining you. Hit us with
yeah,
at
what are you
least one of
sharing, Kayla?
I'm just finishing The Handmaid's Tale. That's all I've been focusing on. I don't have a lot of free time.
How many seasons are they in?
4.
And this is a show on Hulu that
Yes.
started, I guess, around 4 years ago. Is that right?
Yes.
And this is about a show that hates women and wants them all to be dead or subservient or something like that.
Yes.
So hit us
No,
with it.
Okay, so basically the United States has been taken over by like a religious group, and the individuals that live there, it's sort of like almost like a Nazi state. You're either a commander or a wife of a commander, or you're what's called a Martha, which is someone that does like all the cleaning and chores, and or
Martha.
you're a handmaid who has to do like a ceremony with the commander, because you've been proven like that you can have children because there's a really low birth rate, and that's how they took over the United States.
Now, did they figure out why there was such a low birth rate? Was it like something in the water, like fluoride, plastic bottles, petroleum
Yes.
byproduct?
So they were finding like environmental factors were a part of it, and so that was their platform. So they took over, and so basically the whole premise is that there's a handmaid who was married, but since her husband was married before, they said your marriage is not valid, and then they put her into slavery and took her kid away, and so she's sort of compliant at the beginning, and then over 4 seasons she's destroying this new government.
See, that's the whole thing. It's slavery.
Is that
Yeah.
is that the Kate? Who's in this? It's Kate something.
Moss.
Moss.
Elizabeth
Elizabeth
Moss.
Moss.
Yeah. And it's intense, and every time it says like at the beginning, it's like this is not for, this is for mature audiences only. I always say out loud, this is for no audiences because it is messed up. Like I wouldn't recommend this to anyone.
We're gonna be like outside
You
your
wouldn't
window.
recommend it to anyone.
Unless you are like prepared, I wouldn't recommend it
So
to
why
you.
are you watching it?
Because I was prepared.
So
But then I'm watching it. I'm like, I'm not prepared for this.
So how far into it are you?
I have one episode left, and
Of
then
the whole 4 seasons.
yeah, and then there's going to be a 5th season.
And how long have you been watching it?
I started this month.
Okay, so you've been. I mean, how have you not like killed yourself at this
I've
point?
been thinking about it.
I guess
It's rough.
realistically, it should probably be mildly uplifting in the sense that you're like, well, at least it's not this bad, or maybe it is. I don't know. I'm a man.
There's like parts of it that really mess me up mentally. Like, someone did some. They weren't faithful in their marriage, and so they take these places that are like normal, like it's like a high school swimming pool, and then everyone goes there and they watch this person get pushed over with a cannonball and they just drown, like as punishment. And so they take you to all these like really normal places and they just show you like there's like a wall in this one building that you can see people were executed on, like lined up and shot. And so it really messes with you.
I've seen half of one episode, and I will say I'm terrible about hour-long dramas, so it's not any indictment on the show. It didn't hook me, so I got halfway through and I was like, I think I'd rather be doing something else, and I did. But I think my wife got through the 3rd season. I don't know for sure, but I think that she enjoys the show.
It is very, very violent. I would describe.
Madison, my wife, she had watched The Handmaid's Tale, and I've caught some clips here and there, and I'm just like, I don't know. She finds herself, but there's a lot of drama. There's a lot of feelings, a lot of crying. I'm just like, you know what? Just kill these people. Get a gun, shoot them in the dicks, and cut it out.
Well, it does flashbacks, which is scary because it shows you like the slow progression of how it happened. So there's like one day they wake up and they go to work and the women are all sent home, like in the United States. And they're told you don't have a job anymore. And then that next day, none of them had bank account access. And so it's like showing you these things. And like here in Missouri, there's some stuff going on where women may not be able to get IUDs, and it may be a felony if you have a miscarriage. And so it's actually really scary how quickly you can slip into this type of control. So.
Well, that's why when I say no IUDs, get IEDs.
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about.
Anyways, that's what I'm doing now.
Where do you put those, John? Where do you put the IEDs, huh?
Underneath a car.
Oh, okay. Not in the same places.
No.
Mine's a little dark, so maybe we go to one of you.
I'm just talking about, when you gotta... Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I mean, if you're going to be oppressed...
Oppressed back, right. It's like V for Vendetta. It's like
she does.
Scared of their government.
She kills a lot of people.
She's placating.
How many
children?
Just like a man. Blame it on the woman, John.
Yeah. How many children?
The women aren't even allowed to read. Like, you can't own a book. Like, they're really controlled.
That's why she's reading so many books.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
She's like, I'm getting them in now.
Yeah. You did sell me on it a little. I have interest in the show now. I think I should just give it a little bit more of a watch. Hold on. I have 2 questions before we move on. One, have you read the books?
I'm planning to after I finish the show.
So you're that invested that you're going to go back and delve deeper into the depression, the sadness.
I have one real reason why, if this might sell it on you. Do you know, like, when you watch a show and the woman finally, like, they write the woman and she's like, finally, I'm going to grab this gun and I'm going to fight back. And then, like, she drops the gun. That's just like a trope, a cliche that happens all the time.
And this
show never does. Like, if she points a gun at someone's head,
pull on that trigger.
She pulls the trigger every time. So it's a really refreshing, badass female lead who never trips and falls and messes up. So
well, I have a follow-up question and then
kids.
I have a follow-up question and then a follow-up question.
Yeah.
On our review scale, granted you have 1 episode left and the series is not ended. And this isn't necessarily a review on the entirety of the show. It's more your opinion on the show. Like, this is how I feel about it, which I guess is what a review is. It's an opinion, right? So you have garbage, gauche, good, great, and gaga. Garbage, gauche, good, great, gaga. Where do you think you fall? And again, you said you wouldn't suggest it to anyone. I understand that. I've had shows and movies where I'm like, I don't think I'd suggest it, but for me, it's this.
I think because this is such a narrative about the society and what we were dealing with a couple years ago and what we could always end up into, and how realistic that is, I would give it a gaga.
Very nice. And last follow-up question. Go ahead,
Oh,
John. Go ahead.
So
Or are you transitioning?
What? Yeah, I've got two. How
Okay.
many wives or concubines can one man have in this show?
The commanders all have a wife and a handmaid.
That's it, just
But-
two.
But he gets to do his ways with all of them? Or the two of them?
The wives are usually, they can't have kids. And so there's like this religious lore that they pulled, which was that back in the day or whatever, the handmaid was given to the husband and bore the child. And so that's what they're mimicking. And they have like a ceremony. So it's not a straight, I don't want to say the word, but like a sexual assault. It's not like a straight sexual assault. It's like a legal ceremony.
Yeah, but do they do like artificial insemination at any point in the
No.
show? Nope, it's
No,
all
so-
raw dogging.
So the wife will hold down the arms of the handmaid.
That's
Trigger
damn
warning,
rape.
by the way.
That is definitely rape.
And the commander will like not really touch the handmaid, and he'll stare into his wife's eyes the entire time. It's messed up.
Are there
It's
any
like-
wives that actually can produce offspring?
Yes.
Why don't they just off all these barren ladies? Is it genetic? Does it pass down?
It's a lot of people, and so the ones that can have children are very rare, and so they're treated
Like shit.
but they're
that
also
doesn't make sense.
revered. It's really weird.
That doesn't. I'm talking
If you
about.
fall in line, you get treated really well.
Oh, you just have to get passed around like an old shoe.
Yeah,
Wore
and
out
the
leather.
handmaids always have the husband's name. So if you had a handmaid, it'd be of James or of John. That would be your handmaid's name.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you don't even have a name. I'd say this is a show for men too. I just don't know if it'll hit as hard for men. But
I definitely get it. I this is the only thing I'll say. I completely agree. I understand it's going to be different. But as a man that has a wife and 2 daughters, I recognize in some capacity the plight, and the whole future makes me nervous because I don't want them to grow up with less rights than what my wife has grown up with, and that scares me. But I don't want to get too deep into it. I will leave it at that.
So just
So-
take my advice.
No.
IED.
Okay,
yeah,
that's fine.
But
That's
not an IUD. No.
right. Just don't put them in the same places.
Yeah.
So,
no. If it fits,
With that being said, we'll talk real quick. We'll do a speed run on anything else that's been entertaining us, and then we'll go into kind of our topic at hand. Because I hope, John, you took notes, you followed the lead, you did the assignment. That's what I was looking for.
that's probably
And
not. I mean,
You came up with your. We'll go into it in a second. We're looking for the top 5 media that you're looking forward to in 2022. So
oh God, notepad,
Did-
come here.
did you do the assignment or no?
John.
No, I was at work.
Oh my God! All right, so while I
do it.
continue, while
Yeah.
Kayla and I, we're going to continue with what's been entertaining us. John's going to quickly
Do they
throw
have to
together
be in
a list.
order, or can I just
No,
like?
just it's your top
Okay,
5
thank
of
God.
2022. It could be music, movies, games, shows,
Okay.
whatever. I'm going to talk
Pornography,
about one
okay.
more thing that's been entertaining me, and I'm pivoting because I was going to talk about Game Pass, but I have a lot to say about that, and we're running a little bit later in the show. We recently bought. This is an older game. Can you guys see that? I think it's called Jiper. Have you heard of this game? It's a board game.
Japur?
No,
It's
never.
a card game. So my brother-in-law actually introduced me to this, and then my daughter liked it. She's 11, and so when we went camping, I went and picked this up. It's real simple. It's a trading game, basically trade, sell, so on. You draw cards with different products on them. So gold, rubies, what are those green stuff? Herbs.
Emerald
We'll go with herbs.
or
Yeah.
And then
green
camels.
stuff.
Camels and some other things, silk, so on. So basically, what you do is you try to. The game it's a 2-player game, and the whole game it only takes well, it's 3 rounds, and it usually takes about 8 minutes per round. So it gets done in about 20 to 30 minutes, and it's really, really fun. So what you do is you collect 7 cards, and then you can sell to try to get these tokens, right? There's these little cardboardy tokens, and whenever you get these, they're worth a value, and then at the end you tally up the value. And again, right now, me and my family, we're currently. I mean, I'm all gaga this week right now. I'm gaga over this game. It's really fun, fast, frenetic, easy to pick up, easy to learn.
What's
Lots
it
of.
called?
It's called Jaipur, Jaipur, and it's about.
I love card games.
I think I spent $20 on it at the local game shop. But again, we're a little low on time, so that's for me. That's the last thing I'm going to say that's been entertaining me. My family and I really got into this and really enjoyed it. So I want to say, I mean, it's probably a 10 to 15-year-old game at this point, but it's new to me. So I really have enjoyed it. So, Kayla, do you have anything else that you wanted to talk about real quick?
No, I'm just ready with my list. I came prepared.
All right, John, were you able to throw a few notes
Oh,
down?
I'm freaking ready, dude.
All right, so we're going to go to John last. Kayla,
What?
we're going to let you start this off, okay? We need, this is the way
Okay.
that this is going to work. We're going to do round robin. This is going to be the top 5 excitement of 2022. Looking forward to. Not, it could be any media.
Entertainment.
Or
Okay.
any entertainment. It could be a thing if you're like, I'm looking forward to Lollapalooza or something like that. Like a big event that would be recognized. But I've got mine kind of typed up here, but I'm going to throw it to Kayla first. You want to hit me with your, and again, you can put them in order. I've put
Okay.
mine in no specific order. And I will also say this. I have a list of honorable mentions that I'm
Okay.
also going to throw out at the end.
I have a list of limbo TV shows.
Oh, like don't have
No.
dates.
Hmm.
Okay, fair enough. Some items that don't have dates are on my list of honorable mentions. They would be on my top 5 if there was a date.
Right.
So that's me. So you want to hit me with your first item?
Okay. 1899, new TV show by the people that did Dark, the German show on Netflix. John, I
Hello.
sent you the trailer. Did you watch it?
When did you send the trailer?
He was at work,
Like
Kayla.
a week ago. Like a week ago.
Oh,
He's
I
been
didn't
at work
watch it.
all week.
Some of the same actors from Dark are in 1899.
Excuse
So
me
I'm-
while I nets.
Yeah. So, for just as reference, John and I love Dark. It was one of our shows that we watched together from start to finish. It's rated as number 58. It's one of the top shows of this century, but I would put it as like my number 1. It's my favorite show.
Supernatural
Really?
horror.
Holy
Dark,
cow! So this
yeah.
show is called 1899.
No,
Yeah,
dark.
so I'm excited. Yeah, Dark's my favorite show basically ever, but 1899 is the new one.
Do we know when it's coming out?
September maybe?
And it's on Netflix, I presume.
I would assume. Yeah.
Okay, and so it's going to be in the same vein. So supernatural thriller is what you said, John?
It says supernatural horror, but like
Or
Dark didn't have. It was supernatural, but it was sci-fi. But you had like a lot of stuff you had to put together, and it was just a twist and turn, and it was great. It was
Perfectly
great.
written.
Yeah,
all right, so 1899 is Kayla's
Mhm.
first pick.
I already added it to remind me of Netflix. It's already there.
John just added it to his
Yeah.
list. He's like, "There's number 1."
Yeah.
I'm
Yep.
just pulling from the class before me.
All
Yeah.
right. So with that being said, I'm going to go with my number again, not non-sequential. It's just my list of 5 is I'm going to go with my first one, which is going to be The Black Phone, which is actually releasing
Oh,
this
yeah.
Friday, 6/24/22, starring Ethan Hawke. And
Hulu, right?
I think it's going to theaters.
Oh.
If it's coming anywhere else, let me know because I have all of those streamings and I can watch it. But I'm going to go see it in theaters if it's available. I put a little synopsis down. Finney Shaw is a shy but clever 13-year-old boy who's been being held in a soundproof basement by a sadistic masked killer. When a disconnected phone on the wall starts to ring, he soon discovers that he can hear the voices of the murderer's previous victims, and they are dead. They are dead set on making sure that what happened to them doesn't happen to Finney. So, for me, I've watched one trailer for this movie. I'm a huge fan of Ethan Hawke. I like the movie Sinister a lot, starring Ethan Hawke as well. So him in horror, and then the trailer's very vague, and you don't even know
Yeah.
what to expect. So it got me really interested in what this movie will include. So that's coming up quick, but I'm very excited. That's my first of my 5 for 2022. All right, with that, that was my first one. Again, that's the Black Phone. I'm going to turn it over to John for his very quickly thrown together number one.
That's all right. This one has been on my Steam wish list for a long time. It's Dark.
1899.
Nope. Dark Tide. It's Dark Tide. It's by Fat Shark. I've
Oh, that's a
loved.
good choice.
Yeah, I've liked a lot of things that they've done before. When it comes to the Warhammer and Warhammer 40K is what this one's based off of. But it looks like a very good gore fest. It looks like you're soldiers with the Imperium, and you've got to take down, from what I can tell, maybe some demon hell worshippers. And then I thought I saw um, the xenomorph type alien that's in there. I call them gene stealers. They got some Tyranids. I think I've seen some deals with the Tyranids in there, but I've liked them. They're generally co-op. 4 players go together. They go through the level. They progress, and it's a lot of fun when you can get a good party together. So that made my list because I'm looking forward to that.
For sure. That was a fantastic pick, and I can't wait to dive into that game later this year. I hope we can get a group together and get that thing going. The level progression. Yeah, it should be fun. So that's John's first of his list. Let's kick it to Kayla going into her number 2.
Okay, so this one's already out. I just haven't watched it because it came out right when Ozark came out, and then I got busy and I watched Ozark. But Russian Doll season 2. I waited several years because there's a big gap there because of COVID. So that's my next watch.
I'm a super big fan of Russian Doll season 1. What's her name?
Natasha Lyonne.
Natasha Lyonne. I was thinking Tia Leone, which is a '90s star. But yeah, Natasha Lyonne. No. She is what makes that first season. Like her in everything. Like Orange is the New Black. Even like the American Pie movies. Everything that she's ever been in, she sells everything, and she's awesome. It's a great show, and
so funny.
The second season, I haven't watched it exclusively because I feel like it's the kind of show that the second season could possibly live up to the first, and it's one of those things that I don't want it to ruin it for me.
I don't know. It's just kind of Groundhog Day, and I was just like, done.
It is, but it changes it up enough, and it's short enough. I think it's only 6 or 8 episodes, and that first season was released on Netflix like 3 years ago, I want to say.
Yeah, it was a big gap.
Maybe I can burn through it with a wife.
It's very, very, very good.
It's so good.
It's Gaga, man. I'm Gaga. I'm going
Gaga.
for Gaga this season or this episode, but it's Gaga for sure. All right. So with that being said, I'm going to jump into my number 2. I'm going to go the video game route. The one I'm going to start with is the Callisto Protocol. It's set to be released in December of this year, December 2nd currently. I'd say there's like a 25% chance that it's actually going to happen this year, but it's from the same. Not the developers. It's from broken off pieces of the development team that made Dead Space, which is one of my favorite survival horror series. And it runs with a lot of the same basic premises and ideas. So it's got like the minimal HUD with the health bars built into the character's clothing. It's got the dismemberment. It's got the jump scares, the horror, and all of the wonderfully terrible things that would be included in a Dead Space game. So that's a short but sweet one. Callisto Protocol, I'm excited to see what they do and when they do it. And again, I have a feeling it's going to be kicked to next year, but since it has a release date, I'm including it in my run. I'm ecstatic about that game. John, you want to hit us with your number 2?
My number 2 gives me a Woody every time I see a trailer come on for it. And I'm telling, it's
I almost did a spit take, and I genuinely almost did.
I wish you
Why? It's natural.
The spit taker.
The Woody, I think. I don't know.
Both. I hope both. No, so really excited about it. I don't know why Hulu's pumping it out. It's Prey. So big fan of the Predator genre. This one goes back in time, which I think they need to flesh out some of that stuff on our planet. But it's great because it has to do with Native Americans and basically I think they're maybe French or British colonists as well that I can see flashing in there. But it's kind of cool because you're taking primitive, bow and arrow, hunter-gatherer type people who are in tune with the land, one with the land, fighting a spacefaring species, not just spacefaring like us today, but like, going across from different galaxies. Maybe. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Maybe time travelers. I don't know what the Predator class is, but it's got me. I might be
Got me
semi-soft right
hard.
now. Yeah, it could go either way. Depends on how long we're gonna talk about it. I did really want to give a shout out because it's the same folks that did 10 Cloverfield Lane.
Oh, nice. I didn't know that.
And I loved that film. That was a great film. I mean, the characters in it, just the crazy, and I loved that film. That was a great movie. And then I also heard that they actually have either subtitles or audio, in the native language, not the
It's
Predator.
it's not going to be, from what I understand, it's going to release with subtitles in the native language. So it's still going to be in English, but I'm interested in that idea too, the tribal language that they use.
Yeah, because I watch a lot of international films, and I appreciate,
The inclusion, yeah.
yeah, German speaking German, French speaking French, Predator speaking Predator. I'm okay with it.
I will jump in here. This is on my list in a capacity, and I'll spoil that a little later. Also, a huge fan of the Predator series. I guess I would say I'm a huge fan of Predator. I really like Predator 2. So obviously, just real fast rundown. Predator, Gaga. Predator 2, good. I think. Predators, also good. And
What?
then, what's the most recent one?
Oh,
Predator, I think is what it's called, is Predator, and it's definitely garbage.
yeah,
So
yeah.
the series in general, I think I could probably say in general is great, um, on average. So I'm excited to see this. The problem that I have with it is it looks like it's being developed for Hulu, which makes me feel like it's going to be a little bit of a lesser product, which I feel like the Predator series deserves more respect. That's just my thought.
It does, but after they released that last film, maybe they were like hard pressed to find a distribution company that really wanted to take a gamble on it. But I think if you have the same production people, whoever, I don't know if it's the directors or the producers, but whoever like signed off on 10 Cloverfield Lane, like that was a great film. And if the trailer is anything to go by, my Woody is well deserved.
I'll throw this out there real quick. Again, it's set to release on August 5th, starring Amber Midthunder and Dane Diliegro. I'm sorry about the mispronunciation of the names. And the synopsis reads: a skilled Comanche warrior protects her tribe from a highly evolved alien predator that hunts humans for sport, fighting against wilderness, dangerous colonizers, and a mysterious creature to keep her people safe. Based on that synopsis, it sounds like it's going to hit. It sounds awesome. Kayla, you're number 3.
Mm-hmm.
The Crown.
Ooh, season 3, right?
I think it's season 5.
So is this one about Queen Elizabeth now? Or is that what?
It has been.
Oh, the whole
entire
thing's
time.
about. So I don't know. I'm sorry.
Quick rundown. It starts with her as a teenager when she takes the crown. So now she's old in season 5.
Gotcha. Now, is it Queen Elizabeth or no, Princess Diana? That's who I'm thinking about.
Yeah.
Did it show Queen Elizabeth kill her?
No, not yet. She's still alive.
Oh, okay. So she's gonna die.
Spoiler alert.
All right. Well, that was a quick and sweet one. I like
a quick
it.
one.
So this will go into my number 3, right? So I'm gonna jump back into movies, John. I'm afraid I'm gonna steal one of yours. I'm gonna try not to, but you can jump in if it is. It's Nope. It's coming out on July 22nd, which is my wife's birthday, and we're going camping, so I won't be able to see it on opening weekend. Unless I could go Thursday night, maybe. But either way, it's starring Keke Palmer, Daniel Kaluuya, and Stephen, I'm going to say Wen of Walking Dead fame. Is it Wen or Yin?
Yep.
Quick synopsis. After random objects falling from the sky result in the death of their father, ranch-owning siblings OJ and Emerald Haywood attempt to capture video evidence of an unidentified flying object with the help of tech salesman Angel Torres and documentarian Antlers Holst. So the thing about this one is it's directed by Jordan Peele, who previously did Us and Get Out. Those movies, Get Out for me, Gaga, fantastic film. I love it. I love it. I love it. Us, good. It's a little bit narratively broken, a lot of loose threads, not quite as tight and exciting as Get Out. But I hope that this one, based again on the trailer, and you'll get a hint of what I'm looking for is the mystere. I want something different. I want something scary. I want something unknown. In this trailer specifically, it's just, you're like, I don't even know what's going on. Obviously, aliens are invading. in some capacity, or at least are there. But other than that, we don't know. So I'm excited to see what Jordan Peele can put together, and hopefully throw a little bit of his flair into it and make it something different and fun. John, was that on your list?
It did not make this list, but it is on my 2C list.
Gotcha. All right. So with that being said, John, hit us with your number 3.
Number 3 coming at you real hard. Got to represent my boy from Springfield, Missouri, Brad Pitt, starring in Bullet Train. He's got two hottie badotties like sharing it. It's Karen
Hottie badotties.
Fukuhara. I'm breaking her name. Anyway, she is the
Fukuhara.
Fukuhara. Yes, that sounds good.
I also want to say he's from Kickapoo, Missouri. It's close to Springfield, but not the same.
Is he from Kickapoo?
Yes, he
But
is.
his like
All right,
parents
then.
live in Springfield still.
We're
I
not
think.
shouting.
He
out
went to
there.
Kickapoo High School. We saw his picture when we went to a debate trip, John.
Debate team. We took him out. Kickapoo got nothing.
We didn't debate Brad Pitt. Just saying.
Wouldn't that
But
be
if you're
amazing
ready.
if he did?
If
That would
you're
be cool.
ready. So Karen, love her. She's in The Boys. I think she was in Suicide Squad. Great actress. Love her stuff. Sandra Bullock's in it. I mean, you can't say no to
And
Sandra
Zazie Beetz.
Yep. Yeah.
She's awesome.
This is star-studded, and it's going to be amazing. I want a late night. I want that neon lights. Maybe I'm boozed up. Maybe. Who knows? But I'm going to watch the shit out of that.
All right, so that's also stealing a little bit from my list.
I'm sorry.
I have. No.
Call me a thief, You know.
I'm throwing a curveball. You're not taking any of my 5, but I'll throw it at you in a minute. It's a bullet train. 5 assassins find themselves on a fast-moving bullet train from Tokyo to Moriyaka. With only a few stops in between, they discover their missions are not unrelated to each other. That's it. That's the synopsis. Sounds awesome. Non-stop action, John Wick style. It's from some of the people that made John Wick.
It's on a train.
And it's on a train.
Ooh, like Train to Busan.
And that was a great movie too. So
Mm.
there's not much else to say about that. I'm really
Chicken
excited about the
nuggets.
non-stop action. It should be fun and exciting. Did you say chicken nugget?
Yeah, I mean, it's Train to Busan. Is that how it started off? Was like bad chicken nuggets for the
No.
zombies?
I don't
think
remember,
so.
but it's
Oh,
a
that's
good
got to
movie.
be a different
Watch
movie.
it.
My bad.
All right. So with
I'm
that
looking it
being
up.
said, Kayla, I think we're on to number 4. Is that right?
Number 4. Yes. I have down because every year I wait for it. It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
So
every
you
year.
watched the most recent season.
I watch it every year.
Okay.
John and I actually started this. Do you remember, John? You were at my house, high school, and we turned it on, and it was the episode. It was season 1. I think it was like the 2nd or 3rd episode with the Nazi stuff that they're burning. And John and I were like, "What the hell is this show?" And I've never stopped watching it.
It's
So,
great.
Season 17.
I'm a diehard fan, and I want to say that show took a huge dive around season like 11 until last season. I watched it all.
Last season was so funny.
Awesome. It was awesome, and letting Charlie Day. I've been listening to their podcast. It's hilarious. If you haven't watched it, or listened to it, it's fantastic. Very funny little insider stories in the show, but they mostly just BS like this. So it's a lot of fun. But watching Charlie Day break down about spoilers, his dad, we'll leave it there. My only complaint about last season is that it was just too short. It ended way quicker than I expected it to.
It was laugh out loud funny though. It was so
It was
good.
great.
Like
So
when Frank has the Epstein files and he's like burning them. He's like going to each pub in Ireland burning them. It was so funny.
what does he call it? Spread and shed, or
shred and spread. I
shed
think.
and spread, or
Yeah, you have to
shed
shred
and
it.
spread. That's what
Shred
it is.
and spread.
He's carrying around a trash bag of shredded papers and just tossing them in fires everywhere around Ireland or whatever it is.
Yeah.
It's so funny.
That was a really good season. I agree with you. It took a dip for a couple seasons, but
It's back.
it's shaping back up.
Hopefully
Yeah.
it carries in. Yeah. So with that said, I'm going to go into my number 4. Is what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and throw the curveball at you real quick. My number 4 is August 5th. So that is the curveball. August 5th, we have Bullet Train, Prey, and then a movie called Bodies, 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 all being released on the same day. So I know it's cheating. I know it's 3 movies in one. Bodies, Bodies, Bodies is a movie being released again on August 5th, starring, these are names that you might not know, but Maria Bakalova, which is the girl from Borat 2, the daughter.
Mm-hmm.
Another girl named Amanda. It's like Amanda Stenberg, and then Pete Davidson. And
It's
this
an
is
A24.
it is an A24, and the synopsis is when a group of rich 20-somethings plan a hurricane party at a remote family mansion, a party game turns deadly in this fresh and funny look at backstabbing fake friends and one party gone very, very wrong. The reviews are out because it was released, I think, at Cannes Film Festival, and it's middling. We're talking like high sixes, low sevens, but it looks exactly like the kind of movie that gets me invested. It should be fun, funny, gore, horror. And I love that kind of a movie. So again,
A24 doesn't do anything wrong.
I don't know that I agree, but I know that they are usually original. I think we'll have an A24 off at some point. But with that being said, I know it's kind of a curveball, but like I said, John, you included Prey and Bullet Train. That was part of my 8-5. But that day is going to be a media fest. I'm going to have to take that day off just to splurge. Splooge, and woody it up.
I knew you were going to say that. I knew it.
All right, John, you're number 4. We're gonna move through these last couple.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, anyway, I did want to say that the chicken nuggets is from the movie Cooties, and it's got like Elijah Wood in it. And
I saw
an okay
that
movie. It was an okay movie.
You thought that was Train to Busan?
He was
the zombie stuff. The zombie
stuff.
That's sorry.
Train to Busan's a South Korean film.
Yeah, Elijah Wood Small.
Yeah. See. Pasty boys.
I don't know.
Okay, so next on my list is the movie called The Menu.
The Menu.
Yes.
The Menu.
I thought. Okay, I'm going to say this about this real quick before you go into it. I thought this was going to be a horror movie or horror elements. Apparently, it's a comedy.
Is it?
That's what it said when I
John's
looked it up.
taking it off the list.
What?
Go into it, John. Do you have a synopsis? Do you have anything?
I don't have a synopsis, except for what I've seen from the trailer. It looks like the main thing is going to be two pairs, like a couple. They go to this high-end exclusive dining experience, and he is all about it. She isn't. It is very cultish looking, like the chef and all his sous chefs and everybody. Yeah, everybody's taking care of it. But I can't tell if there's like a hunting. Maybe find out at the end that they're eating people or they're being prepared to be eaten by people, like Wagyu beef. You sit here, you eat this fancy food, and then we'll eat you. I'm not sure how it's going to turn out.
Oh, fattening them up.
Well, not really.
That's exactly what I thought it was.
Yeah, you don't want to stress them.
You don't go for the menu. You go to be on the menu.
Yeah.
The whole thing.
So
that's what I
thought
find
out.
Was, yeah.
I like to not read into the movie so much because there's going to be stuff on there. I like to get an experience of like, what is this about when I'm watching it. So I watch a trailer. I don't watch second trailers or any of that stuff. I like a little bit of I don't know, cloaks and daggers in my life. Maybe.
So he likes the teaser, not the trailer.
That's true.
That's true.
All right, Kayla, John, I agree. The Menu sounds fantastic. I would love to watch it.
Fucking aliens.
So, Kayla, you're number 5.
What We Do in the Shadows.
Season
Yeah.
4? Yeah. And then I have a list of honorable mentions. You just want me to go through them really quickly?
Not yet. Tell us just a little bit. We'll breeze through our honorable mentions, but at least tell us just something about What We Do in the Shadows. It's Taika Waititi.
Yes.
It's
like The Office.
Yeah. Okay.
It's set up as an interview-styled mockumentary with a house of vampires, but they are just ridiculous.
I watched most of the first season, and it never really hooked me.
What?
And
Laszlo?
I know.
It's so funny.
I know. I'm sure.
I'm actually only finishing season 2 now, so I still have season 3, and then season 4 will be out this year.
I love it.
Fair enough. So real quick, I'm going to jump into my number 5. This will be fast and quick. I'm really
now that that's over, I'll jump into my number 5 since you already finished it. I'm joking.
I was like, did I black out?
I thought I was like, did I disconnect? What's happening? My number 5 is Overwatch 2. I'm actually, it comes out on October 2nd. I am a fan of the original game. I know Steven's going to be excited to see if we play this, but this was a game that when I saw it, I was like, I think I'm going to be able to get John and Kayla into this, and we'll actually have some fun if we come in on the ground level. It's basically just a revamped version of the first game. It's not necessarily... We're losing them. Apparently, I'm not going to get them in. If they don't get in, I'm not getting in. I'm just putting it out there right now. It's a first shooter. It's a multiplayer action game. End of story. Go.
I was just gonna say, side note, I don't have any games ever
That's fine
because
because you rely on us.
you guys just tell me it's
You've
time.
steered us-
Here,
Taylor,
you
we're
send
playing
me a
this
Wrong,
link.
James. You've steered us wrong. There's been a couple Back for Blood.
Yeah. No, yeah, Back for Blood.
That's
Ooh.
my fault.
I
I
still
ex-
want to finish that game.
That's not Back for Blood. You're talking about Dying Light 2.
No, I want to finish both of them.
There's no Back for Blood. Fuck that shit. I'm done with it.
I'll finish it with you, Kayla. I'll finish it
Thanks.
with you.
I don't like to leave things like that unfinished.
Right? Yeah, I'm with you. Gotta beat it.
All right, John, hit us with your number 5. Then we'll do a real quick honorable mentions.
I think it's gonna be the movie Troll.
Trolls? Trolls
hell
3?
No.
Oh,
Troll.
Trolls 3, yeah, World Tour. Or
He likes
whatever.
that Justin Timberlake music,
No,
you
it's
know.
He gets him woodied up. He does get wooded up for
He
Justin
There's
Timberlake, though.
some JT.
Yeah.
No, it's a foreign film, and it is what it
course it
is.
is.
Like yeah, look, a troll wakes up and starts destroying stuff on its way to the capital.
This is the most
Off
John
Godzilla.
movie I've ever heard in
It
my
is.
life.
It is. It's like a Godzilla. That's basically what it is, but it's
Just
a troll.
shittier.
No.
A troll one day wakes up.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
then walks to the capital and destroys the city.
Well, I was a big fan
End
of
of the
Troll
Slumbering
Hunter.
under the earth.
So we'll see how this goes. It might be bad. Kids
All right.
trying to kill each other.
John, do you have a list of honorable mentions at all? Do you have? We're going to go round robin.
Oh my
Real
gosh.
quick. We're going to do just real fast
Mhm.
honorable mentions until we're out.
Okay, go.
You don't have to give a lot of details. Just real fast. We are approaching the end. We got to do real fast. So Kayla, get us one honorable
Alright.
mention.
This is 2 and as 1 because I watched season 1 of Clarice. Okay, did you guys watch that?
I haven't watched it. No.
So it's like it's where The Silence of the Lambs ends. It picks up as the TV show. So Clarice is really good, but it was interesting because they didn't have the rights to talk about Hannibal, so they had the other characters. So they would refer to him as the therapist, which was interesting. But who knows? It's not canceled, but there's no release date. It's not confirmed.
How is that 2 for 1? Is it just you want to watch the first,
Because-
second season or whatever?
Speaking of Silence of the Lambs, Jodie Foster is going to be in season 4 of True Detective. But there's also not a release date for True Detective.
All right, moving to
Yep.
my honorable mention, the movie Smile. I know nothing about it. It releases on September 30th. There was a trailer on it with a weird guy smiling at the camera. So, John, do you have an honorable mention?
Honorable mention is going to be Warhammer 40k, Shoota's Blood and Teeth. Basically, it's a side scroll. I think it has like a co-op deal where you're orcs in Warhammer 40k universe, and you go through just shooting, looting, and killing. So
And Putin. Real quick, is your
If
honorable
Putin was-
mention list just your
Steam list?
Your
no,
Steam list?
that's on there. I also have a couple of movies.
Kayla, honorable mention, real quick, go.
Tribes of Europa. Is that how you say it? Europa?
Yeah,
Europa.
Tribes of Europa.
Still not a release date for season 2.
I know.
Oh, that I see. Okay, so I'll go with the no release date on the video game side. God of War Ragnarok. It's supposed to release this year. I cannot wait for this game. John,
All right, so my next one is a film. I don't know how it's gonna be, but it's The Moonsters, the Rob Zombie film.
the Munsters.
Monsters, yeah, Moonsters.
Moonsters.
That's
He's he
cheese.
Germanized.
That's the
Moonster
cheese.
cheese.
That's cheese. So the Munsters.
He's such a cheese guy.
I
Such a
like
German
I
guy.
like Rob Zombie's
You're
stuff.
obsessed.
So
He likes cheese too.
except for that one, The Witch of
The
Salem
Witch.
or whatever
Oh,
that
yeah,
was
it's
in
awful.
Salem. Yeah.
Didn't he
I
do
don't
those
know.
horrible The Hills Have Eyes movies?
No, he
No.
didn't. But also, the first Hills Have Eyes was actually really good. I'm talking about the
I don't
remake
know.
too.
They
It
got
was-
rape in there. That
There was
just
like
makes
child
me doesn't feel good.
assault.
It does
That
not make me
movie-
feel good at all. I guess if
Okay.
you do feel good about that, there's something broken with you, and there's a bridge somewhere with your name on it. So
I completely agree, but I actually really liked it. Monsters, I'm interested to see how it goes. I like Rob Zombie's ideas, but his movies rarely pan out for me.
House of a Thousand Corpses, man, it's like the best.
It's a terrible movie, just an opinion. But Kayla, go on with the honorable mention.
Another no release date, Kingdom season 3, South Korean TV show. I would explain it very quickly as Game of Thrones meets The Walking Dead.
Oh.
That's it.
That's pretty cool.
Yep.
Real quickly, I'm going to throw a weird one out at you. October 31st, Hocus Pocus 2. am excited to see it because I
Oh.
actually am a huge fan of the original Hocus Pocus. Bette Midler, as far as I know, Sarah Jessica Parker, and that movie's hilarious. That movie's a timeless classic, and I am super excited to see how they fuck it all up in Hocus Pocus 2 for Disney Plus.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go DC universe. I'm gonna go Black Adam. I do like Dwayne. I think he's a funny guy. We'll see. This is a more serious character. As long as it's not like some triple X kind of stuff going on, it'll be a Superman that will kill. So
Hopefully it's that. If it's that, it could be good. If it's anything else, it's terrible. Also, Ezra Miller's been like beating the shit out of women and also a terrible human
F that
being.
guy.
So
are you talking? Who's that?
the Flash.
He was
I thought
wasn't
he was
he
like-
in
I thought he was like,
Fantastic Beasts, which was
Yeah.
trash.
I thought he was just trying to like, I don't know, a little boy or something, like train a little boy, or what do they call it?
Mm,
Oh,
groom?
Groom. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm
that's
not
way better
100%.
than beating women.
I don't know about the grooming. I know he was being like he was assaulting someone.
I don't know.
It's all terrible. Kayla, do you have another
It's
honorable
all
mention?
hearsay till they
Yeah,
shoot him
this one I don't think will ever be picked up. It's Mindhunter.
Thank God.
David
He's awesome.
Fincher. They basically just released them from their contracts, and it's not been picked back up.
Well, hopefully it happens.
Which is a great show, so it's really sad if it doesn't finish because they were just getting to the BTK killer. So
No, I'm gonna roll my last two. I have two more honorable
Do it.
mentions. I'm gonna roll them in together and end this thing, and I'll turn it over to John for his last one. One is Halloween Ends. It's supposed to be released on October 14th. It's the third movie in the series of the newest trilogy of Halloween films with Danny McBride and David Gordon Green, I believe it
This
is.
the first time I've ever heard of this.
You've not heard of the
New Halloween trilogy or whatever.
You've not heard about the trilogy?
Like are you talking about the original Halloween movies?
Yeah, this is a sequel. We'll go into it another time. We'll go
Okay.
into the whole thing.
I'm gonna Google it.
I love Halloween. Halloween 2, Rob Zombie's Halloween. The first one was actually really good. The second one was general dog shit. And this newer series, the first one was really good. The second one has been mediocre to bad on our scale. I believe I gave it a gauche, but I'm not 100% if we reviewed it or not. This one, I'm going to finish out the trilogy, see what happens. And then my last one, real fast, is an album by Death Cab for Cutie. I am
Is it still making music?
still making music. I'm a
Wow.
huge fan. Asphalt Meadows is set to release on September 16th. So
That
I'm
is
excited
such
to get in there.
a Death Cab name.
Isn't it? I'm
Yeah.
excited about it. I think
Wow.
it's going to be interesting. They've been a little slumpy in the last few albums, so I'm hoping they can make a return to form and give me something good. With that being said, Johnny Boy, give me your last set of honorable mentions if you have more than one.
Okay, I got two. Songs of Conquest looks like a turn-based strategy game. Right now it's just single player early access. I won't touch it until it gets multiplayer because I really like Heroes of Might and Magic, and that's what I've read for the reviews, that anybody that likes Hero of Might and Magic, like, this is the go-to from you. But I enjoy Heroes of Might and Magic at Hot Seat with my father drinking coffee. That's just our gig on the Sundays. And the next one is a film that other people have seen, but it's at Everything Everywhere All the Time or whatever it's called.
All
I
at
haven't
once.
It is
I-
amazing.
I haven't seen it. I need to see it. I'm sorry.
We'll need to figure out how we can watch that together or watch it and then review it on this show as a group. And that could be a one-off episode or a conversation on the pod because I am ecstatic to watch it. I never got around to seeing it.
Oh.
Kayla saw it and loved
I
it.
saw it, yeah.
And we will go into that in the future. So with that being said, this is a little bit of an extended version. I'll try to cut it down a smidge, but an extended version of the Nobody Entertainment Podcast. Again, I'm Nobody James. With me is Nobody Kayla and Nobody John. John, you want to hit me with a little bit of that wisdom that you so thoughtfully like to share with the audience?
Yeah, don't be a barbarian. Get a bidet.
Thank you guys so much. Thanks for watching and have a wonderful week. We'll talk to you later. Bye.
Bye.